Porter, let's start with the obvious one. Is there an update on Sam?
Yeah, Sam is. He's had a couple good days in a row. As the concussion protocol goes, return to play. If all goes well, he should be back Sunday and available Monday.
And then we just talked to Jaylen. It seems like he's embraced being the leader, being the face of this team. What were those conversations like with him and the challenges that you gave him about taking on that role?
Well, Jaylen, he commands everybody's respect by his effort and his attitude and his mentality. He's earned that. Every day in practice, he comes ready to go. He's vocal, he's energy, he's positive, and it's a natural respect. So he commanded every respect by that every day. My message to Jaylen is to be great what he's good at. I'm not asking for a different Jaylen Moore in terms of coming out and running the point guard or hitting step back threes. I want him to be great at what he's good at. And what he's really, really good at is transition, rebounding. He's really improved his step in three. Straight line drives to the basket, playing off 2 feet, finishing through contact, defense, being a menace, distracting on defense, getting his hand on ball, starting DCOs, creating our offense with defense. And I want him to be great at those things. I don't want, that's the thing that for him is to keep building on that.
Where you just laid out something that I was going to ask you about. Jaylen on the floor last year seems like he's a guy, like his scoring went up when conference play started, his rebounding went up, he was efficient all year. Just how did you see him maybe grow on the floor last year, and where can he maybe even build on what he showed last year?
Well, his confidence grew, but also his skill level and not playing outside of a level of difficulty. Sometimes people try to make things a lot harder than they were, and he got really good at getting his feet set, knocking down that shot, finishing through contact, getting a basket or here on an offensive rebound, a basket or here on transition, and those are the things that he started to realize, and. He's a guy you don't have to run. Like last year, he's a guy we didn't run a lot of plays for, but he naturally was involved in a lot because of his activity, and that's what I want. I don't want him to think there's extra pressure that we got to run 20 plays for him or he's got to create for the whole team because he's the leader. He doesn't need to be that creator, because he's a leader. He just needs to be great at what he's good at, and that's really what my big message for him has been.
Or at your scrimmage, you look like you have a bunch of guys that can play. So I don't envy you trying to get this down to 7
Bingo.
or whatever it's going to be. But talk about just trying to go through this process. I guess you'll start on Monday, right? And just try to work through it with non-conference.
It is. It's going to be a process of that, and it's a good problem. But it's hard to get everybody in a flow when you play that many guys. So. We'll start. We're in that process, but I'm going to give a lot of guys a chance early to do that. Yeah, everybody's been having their moments. I mean, there's days and scrimmages where this guy's done well and that well, and looking for a consistency, and looking for some guys, the rotations that play well together. What drew us is we lost a SEC type athlete in Jeff. Jeff was 6'6", athletic, plays both ends, and that's what we lost. We just felt like we needed another SEC type of athlete with some experience, and so we did get Glenn late. And the thing that I liked about Glenn the other night was he has 100 or so games under his belt, at a high level. He's got athletic ability, physical size, experience. And I think since he missed the summer, I think he was coming in. He's such a good kid. He wanted to do right. And sometimes when you're just trying to do right, you're not as aggressive. You're just trying not to make a mistake. And I've really been talking to him this week about, be confident. Hold your head high that, hey, man, I have played 100 games. And come in here and, be aggressive. Make mistakes out of being aggressive. Get your athleticism into the game. Sometimes that also happens when you're trying not to do right is you don't get your athleticism into the game because you're thinking too much, and That's the thing with Glenn is I thought the other night, man, he really got his athleticism game. I thought that was his, out of the 3 scrimmages, that was his best by far. And that was encouraging. He knocked down a 3. He ran in transition. He took it to the basket. I thought he defended. And he got his athleticism of the game and really wanted to build on that with Glenn.
It seemed like Duke really was near the end of the scrimmage, and I think the word Jaylen used was consistency with him every day. How big has he been for your club?
He's been our best defender, most active defender, and consistent on offense as well. And the good thing about it is everyone will say that he's been the most consistent, and he hasn't shot it well for his standards or our, like what we think he can do. So that's only going to improve, is him shooting the ball. But he can get you downhill. He can take a bump. He's a very physical defender. And I mean, probably one of the more physical defenders I've had since Goldwire, my first year. He's very, very physical. And love that. Yeah, he's been consistent and really reliable on both ends.
Porter, I know you said that you feel like this team is better shooting than what you had last year. I think between Jaylen, Bryson, and Kobe, you added 3 elite level shooters to the roster. Just how do you foresee that maybe affecting the style of play of this team?
Well, I'm hoping we shoot it better. That's the thing is surely didn't the other night, but that was one of the reasons why I wanted to do that red-white scrimmage, because when you do 2 scrimmages, we did the same thing last year. We did 2 high-level scrimmages, away from home, and with so many newcomers, you just wanted to get the game day routine. And I thought it kind of showed. I thought we had some nervous energy the first 5 or 7 minutes the other night, just from everybody, just even the pace. I was like, we've been playing much faster, so I think that comes with it. I think the shooting is, we had some really good shooters last year. We shot 34.5% from 3. You'd like to be north of 37, 38. We had, I think, 35 to 36% of our shots came from 3. I definitely want to be north of 40% to 45% of our shots from 3. We've been working on it and doing it. And, with that, you got to get guys that can get each other threes. That's a big key, and we just need some more guys. I think Jeremiah can get you downhill. Dayton, Duke, and Kobe, they got to get Jaylen some shots. They got to get Bryson some shots. They got to be looking to knock down their own. Jaylen's got to be taking the right shots. You need the right guys taking the right shots, and we've been working on that. But I just definitely want to be a team that's spacing, playing with pace and space. Utilizing the 3 for sure.
Porter, you mentioned Jeremiah. He showed some flashes on Wednesday. How are you managing things with him ahead of Monday in his first start? It's just met with him again today. It's just constantly trying to progress him, mentally and physically. And it's like the quarterback. He's not only young, he's playing the toughest position. And that's going to be a challenge for me all year is that my returning guys are Jaylen and Sam. Our guards are all new, and there is a learning curve with that. And then not to mention Dayton and Jeremiah are young, haven't played a college game yet. And that's why Kobe and Duke are so, are really big early with the experience factor. But bringing Jeremiah along, it's constantly what does winning plays look like? What is the schemes of defense look like? What is good plays offensively? Not being casual against a press, what might work against a press at a lower level. You got to really be strong with the ball and space it and get it out of traps at this level. And it's just bringing them along in every phase. The good news is, man, it's not like pulling teeth to watch extra film with him. It's not pulling teeth. He's just got to have an intensity about himself for this level consistently. And we were throwing so much at him. This is what we need from the point guard position. This is how you got to know all the plays. Defensively, transition defense. You're the one, orchestrating transition defense. You're the one offensively getting us into stuff. Defensively, ball screen coverages. I mean, there's a lot for him. And he's just, we're all in it together. And the great news is he's been unbelievably receptive at everything we're throwing at him. It's just the learning curve. Or is there any specific trait or thing you look for in the season opener on Monday to kind of just give you
a good feeling about the starting point, I guess. You're not expecting to be
Yeah.
the best basketball.
Correct.
team, but-
Correct. Is there, you just want to see that there's an intentional carryover of what we've been working on. I told all the guys the other night, I'm not looking for guys to all of a sudden do things that we haven't been working on. I'm not asking Jaylen Moore to throw a behind the back lob pass. All of a sudden that's what happens sometimes early on. People start doing things out of their character. I'm really looking to defend and rebound. I'm going to encourage good shots, whether they make them or not. Obviously we're doing that, but nobody's coming in here trying to miss shots. But we got to play. I'm really looking to defend and rebound because especially these early games, everybody's got a new team. Lindenwood's got a lot of new guys. They got they got some older guys. So you got to have a confident respect for everybody because there's not as much game film to scout with. So defending and rebounding is a big one. And just playing through mistakes. Sometimes early on, you want to do well so bad, you make a mistake and you're like, man, or like, we got to play through mistakes. We got to play through, and then we can talk about it at dead ball or something later. But we got to play through mistakes, man. We got to play through missed shots, just literally looking for an activity and an aggressiveness against a different opponent. We've been going, with the exception of our 2 scrimmages, we've been going at it since June 1. So just looking for an aggression within what we're doing.
Any additional questions for Coach? All right, thanks.
All right. You got it.